If you listen closely, you can hear the sounds of millions of Pixel users rushing to their phone to hit the check for update button because, yes, indeed, some big updates are here. We have the March 2025 Pixel feature drop, and like a lot of the time, that is being accompanied by an Android update, and this is Android 15 QPR2. In this video, we're going to, as quickly as I can, go over what is new in this new feature drop. Let me just quickly remind you that all of this is rolling out starting today. So if you comment down below, I don't have this feature and it's been like a day or 2 days, I'm just going to send you to the timestamp of this part of the video. It's coming. It might take weeks, it might be a while, but all of the stuff is coming. All right, so what is new with Android 15 quarterly platform release number 2? So the first thing is Do Not Disturb is now something called modes. Yes, you do have your generic Do Not Disturb, but you can add your own custom modes. As you can see here, bedtime from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. on weekdays, and you can actually set certain parameters there. So certain people, certain apps can get through, and other apps, other people can't get through. This can be set for times, for dates, for certain events in your calendar. It's just a much more granular, much more customizable version of Do Not Disturb. The themed icon option underneath wallpapers and style no longer has the word beta next to it, although I would argue maybe it should, because the one feature I've always wanted, the ability to force all icons to take on a theme, has never been a thing, but nonetheless, Google seems to be happy with it. And the Linux kernel has been updated to version 6.1.99. You're probably not going to notice anything with that. As for the feature drop, it's a long list. We're going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. Gemini Live, the thing in Gemini where you just talk to it and you can interrupt it and it will just continue carrying on a conversation with you. It has now been updated to Gemini 2.0 Flash. This is a new version of the LLM. It is quicker and theoretically it is more accurate. Gemini Live's multimodal capabilities that we have on Pixel 9 is rolling back to older devices. That means while you're having that conversational thing with Gemini Live, you're going to be able to send it files, images, and links to YouTube videos, and it's going to understand those and carry on that conversation with you. Pixel Screenshots is getting a new suggestions feature. So we all know Pixel Screenshot, you take a screenshot, it uses Gemini Nano to do an on-device scanning of that screenshot, and it's going to figure out what it's about, the text, the imagery, what is this actually about. It is now going to give you suggestions. Hey, maybe this one should go into this collection because it seems like it would fit in over there. Kind of an interesting idea. Pixel Studio, this is a big one for me, is finally picking up the ability to generate images of people. I can't tell you how often I've tried to get it to generate something and it said, oh, that's a person or that's person adjacent, so we're not allowed to do that. They are apparently now happy with their system in place, their checks and balances, and so they are rolling out the ability to generate people. We actually have a screenshot of that here, a woman playing basketball in the park. How cool is that? Can't wait to be able to take advantage of that. Pixel users in Japan and Germany are now getting access to a bunch of cool AI stuff like Pixel Screenshots, Pixel Studio, Recorder Summaries, and Pixel AI Weather Reports. How about on-device scam protection? This, again, is using Gemini Nano, so all this stuff is happening on your phone. It's not being sent to the cloud and sent back to you. What's going to happen is you're on a phone call or you're in a text message thread, and this Gemini Nano option picks up patterns that are often used by scammers, and it's going to pop up and say, hey, this phone call, this person you're talking to, this sounds like a scam to me. And you can say, no, it's fine, it's not a scam. Or you can just hit end call and be done with that. It's also going to do the same thing inside Google Messages. It's looking for patterns. This is not just this number is in a database or something like that. It goes deeper than that. It's actually going to analyze what's being said and look for those patterns and warn you of it. Again, I must stress, this is not an invasion of your privacy because all of this processing happens on your phone locally. This should not be leaving your phone and going to a Google server. Satellite SOS is expanding to Hawaii, Alaska, Europe, and Canada. This is a cool one. The Find My Device application is gaining the ability to basically be Life 360. You're going to be able to share your live locations with contacts. Now, I don't know exactly, maybe I should look at this a bit more deeply. I don't know if this is something you can just turn on, and then anytime I can just go into my Find My Device thing and see my wife and click on it and just see where she is, or if it's something she has to turn on and it'll turn off after so long or something like that. If it's the former, I think that's going to be really, really cool. And that's something that we will both be turning on for each other because we're both paranoid people. Loss of pulse detection is now rolling out for the Pixel Watch 3 at the end of this month. So what this feature does is it's trying to detect when someone's heart suddenly stops beating. And if it detects that, it's going to then contact potentially life-saving emergency services to get somebody over there to you. This is a really, really crazy thing that our smartwatches can do. And like I said, this could absolutely save someone's life. Maybe not quite life-saving, but I think it's going to be important for some people. The Pixel Watch 3 is adding the ability to track menstrual cycles. So basically, you're going to be able to log on your watch when a period has started. And then the Fitbit app will use that information to try to predict future periods. Sticking with Pixel Watch features, step tracking should now be more accurate as it can better recognize when your walking pattern has changed. Maybe you're doing something like pushing a shopping cart. It's going to be able to compensate for that change. Auto bedtime mode is now rolling out to the Pixel Watch 2, so it's going to be able to detect, hey, you are sleeping, let's put this watch into bedtime mode so you don't roll over and do the wake up of your screen and blind yourself and wake up everybody in the room. Pixel Fold users can now use video recording in the dual screen preview mode. I didn't actually realize that wasn't a thing we could do. Kind of crazy that it wasn't, but now you can. Basically what we're talking about is when you're using your Pixel Fold and you open it up, dual preview mode, I can see what the camera sees and you can see what the camera sees. Now I can film with that feature turned on. Pixel devices, this is a strange one, will be able to connect to cameras like GoPros or other Pixel devices and use these cameras to stream to social media from different angles. And here is this screenshot here. I don't know what app this is. Is this TikTok? Does Snapchat do live stuff? I actually don't know what this is, but you can see over here, there's a little Material You themed bubble that shows my Pixel and then someone else's Pixel, my GoPro. So you're going to be able to like use your phone as almost like an OBS or like a Stream Deck thing, and you can switch camera angles. That is really wild. Pixel Recorder can now generate summaries from old recordings that maybe weren't even recorded on your Pixel device. You just have the audio, throw it over there, and apparently it can give you a summary based on that transcript that it can come up with. And Gboard's new voice-to-type toolbar is rolling out wide. I've actually had this popping up on a lot of my devices, and I think it's pretty cool. I use voice to type quite a bit, and this just gets the keyboard completely out of the way. So there you go, guys. A lot of new features coming to your Pixel devices. Like I said, they are beginning to roll out today. Some of them may take longer than others. Some may already be here. Some it might be a month before you see them, as is usual for Google with these sorts of feature drops. Guys, let me know which one you think was the biggest or the coolest one out of the group. I think for me, it is going to be Pixel Studio, being able to generate people. Been waiting for that one for a good while, but let me know yours down below. Subscribe for more content just like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.